Hey everyone, it is March 12th, 2012, and sometimes I read the news and I just have to shake my head in just disbelief. You know, one week the news could be saying one thing, and then a week later the news could be saying a totally different thing. Does a whole 360. First we hear that Iran actually could be a year away from getting a nuclear bomb. And then we hear we're not sure exactly what they're doing. And now an article comes out, as you can see here. It says the U.S. might not know if Iran started to building nuke. It says the LA Times quotes senior U.S. officials as saying Washington not necessarily able to detect Tehran's clandestine activities. Now this comes after a report that came out about a week ago on a supposed leak that North Korea actually helped Iran test a nuclear device, but that was a rumor. So let me just read this article quickly. It says U.S. Officials doubt Washington's ability to properly gauge the progress of Iran's nuclear program and said that the United States would not necessarily know if Tehran had started secretly building an atomic bomb. The Los Angeles Times reported on Sunday. The doubts of the senior officials familiar with the U.S. intelligence and spying capabilities in Iran contradict Washington's contention that U.S. satellites, sensors, and spies will know when Iran has crossed the red line, marking the failure of the efforts to thwart Iran's nuclear ambitions through sanctions. Now, before I go on, let me just say, if anyone remembers what happened with Pakistan and India, I think we were shocked when they exploded an atomic bomb and they did their first test. And I think the same thing is actually going to happen with Iran. That is, unless Israel, does something before they test their first device. So it says Senate Intelligence Committee Chair Dianne Feinstein was quoted by the Times as saying that Iran has been found to have secret uranium enrichment facilities in the past and very well may have additional facilities undetected by the West. And she's quoted as saying, you have to be assumed that if they want clandestine once, they could well go clandestine in other places. The House Intelligence Committee top Republican also expressed some uncertainty in Washington's knowledge of Iran's nuclear progress. As someone who deals with stuff every day, I'm not sure how U.S. President Barack Obama is that confident, said Representative Mike Rogers. And just read a little bit more. It says, and I am confident that at some point we would know. Probably the problem is you wouldn't know if that meant they'd have a weapon in 3 days or in 3 months. Well, that's pretty unnerving. The Iranians are learning more from their mistakes, and they are getting better about how to keep things more quiet. And this is a cat and mouse game for them. It says Rogers cited the Syrian nuclear reactor at Deir al-Zor, allegedly bombed by Israel in 2007, as an example of the clandestine nuclear facility that the United States was unaware of until just prior to its destruction. So I'm going to be linking you to this article. But, in my opinion, I honestly, everyone has their own ideas, but I honestly think that somebody better do something quick, or else we might be seeing Iran with a nuclear device, and that would be very bad. That would be terrible. I mean, some people could say, well, they have every right to have a nuclear device, and I don't want to really get into why it's not a good idea for Iran to get a nuclear device. I spoke about it a little bit on my blog TV show. You can't even compare the two. You can't compare the United States, Russia, and Israel having nuclear devices, or putting a nuclear device in the hands of Hamas and Hezbollah and all those other bunch of fanatical nuts. So that's where I stand on that. So the link is below, people, if you want to read it for yourself. But again, I still believe that Israel is going to do something very, very shortly. And when I say very shortly, I don't mean tomorrow, I don't mean next week. I mean before summer rolls around. Take it easy, people. Stay safe. Bye.